Oh, big up to everyone that's in the house. You know, we got some Man United stuff. But before we do all of that, you know, I think I was 1 subscriber off 1,000, which is nice because I made this channel like a week ago. About 8 days ago. So yeah, if anyone could give me that little subscriber, only subscribe if you want to. Don't do it because, oh, let me be nice. Let me go subscribe. And then, you know, that will make it, that will cheer him up. Only do it if you're going to come back again, obviously, for obvious reasons. But there's some absolutely daunting news. And I said it at the start of the show, and never a foul. And it really, really annoyed me. And I can't believe it's been worded the way it has. And maybe this is how we have to take it. It's just the way it is worded. But Sir Alex Ferguson getting sacked before that 10 baldy has gone anywhere with that dip in a cranium, which is representing our league form, or since he's been in charge, from going from 3rd to 8th to now 14th, is absolutely disgusting. You know, it's horrendous. I've never seen such a club treat legends in a manner that we have. It's just gone downhill, isn't it? And you know what? Some United fans may say this is needed. Some Man United fans may say that it's INEOS stamping out a new regime or a new era at United, and Ferguson shouldn't be involved. Let's be real. Ferguson hasn't exactly made no decisions for Man United, bar David Moyes, which was over 11 years ago. You know, no one's feeling the pressure because Sir Alex Ferguson is watching them in the stands. He's asleep for half the games because they're so boring and we don't score no goals. They're not thrilling. You know, we're battling with relegation fodder, and it's such a sad thing to read because, you know, the man done so much for this club. And yes, if people know little bits more about beforehand and what he did with the Glazers, yada yada yada, cool. Like you can point out, but you know, he still has a role within the club. You know, it's a non-executive role. You know, he's still technically acting as an ambassador. He's just that they're just taking away his money. I'm pretty sure though, he's getting paid elsewhere. But the manner this has gone in it doesn't, at a time with INEOS, right? At a time where it's not good within the fan base, it's toxic as hell. They've got me talking like this, even. How about that? At a time where, you know, the manager uncertainty is like, this is not really the sort of news that should be coming out right now. Couldn't they not have done this at a time, maybe at the end of the season or in December? You know, it's not like he's not gone anywhere. It's not like he's not going to have some sort of say. His influence is going to be crazy. You can never turn against the manager. But, you know, when you're trying to get the fan base on side, you know, the first thing you don't do is go and sack a legend. You know, maybe they're going to call it a mutual termination, you know, to soften the blow at some point within the next week or few days. They'll probably bring out some more details. I haven't exactly read the Athletic article. I'm just going to go off what I saw off the basis that's got quoted. And it's just a sad time, really. You know, but if your team's winning, you wouldn't care as much. But for someone like me who grew up on Sir Alex Ferguson, you know, you can't help but feel a type of way about it. And I just think it's a disgrace. I must say, INEOS, as much as they had all the positives going on for them in the summer and all their appointments, you know, it's been literally minus points again and again and again, you know, over the last few weeks. And obviously, again, as I said, if you're winning, you don't actually care as much as long as the club is heading in a certain direction, but you don't forget your legends and you don't dismiss them the way I believe United has dismissed one of ours. So if anyone says who cares about Fergie from Light Coco here, he left you as a manager 10 years ago, moving like some washed up Donny who can't go over their ex, you can just get the fuck out. That's what you can do. You know, we don't need people like you on the United channel spewing nonsense because you don't even sound like you even support Man United. So if there is a mod, get rid. I'm not having no one disgrace a legend of the club so much. He didn't leave us. He retired. He was old. He was in his 70s. He done so much for the club. He was meant to retire 10 years prior to that, you know, and he done as much as he did. It's not about getting over there washed up. It's like someone saying, forget about Sir Matt Busby. Forget about the Munich crash. You know, forget about everything that's happened in the last how many years of my life that's made me love football. That's just stupid. What a stupid remark. Big up Israel as always. It says, big up, don't worry, bro. Palmer coming Man United. Daps told you I never felt last year, bro. I wouldn't say last year. And I also don't think Zidane rumors are true. Also, Cass, what Amber information and style of play? Well, first and foremost, I don't think Palmer's coming anytime soon. The stuff with Zidane is actually more of a quote. and from Petit, his ex former player that used to play with him in France. And Amr information is Amram only knows one style of playing it, and that's from what I know, anyways, is a 3-4-3. So yeah, and that's it. And he plays quite aggressively. He plays high up the pitch. But I'm not really here to talk about Amram. We've already done a stream on that. Until new news comes on that, then there's nothing to really go off of. Big up Dan in the building as well. Big support. I love to see it as well. Don't really see you on NAF, but I see you on here, which is fine. So again, it's a Man United channel. I think it's a disgrace to what INEOS Jim have done with all the successful times. We had under Sir Alex just to get rid of this disgrace. Jim are Dirty Glazers 2.0. You know what it is? I don't really want to point too many fingers, right? I don't want to point too many fingers at this because I don't take Sir Jim Ratcliffe as a man that's as not just harsh, but even on a human element, I feel like he's got some, what's the word I would like to say? I can't think of a word. It's gone out of my head slightly, but I don't take him as a nasty person. I reckon he's definitely had a conversation with Sir Alex Ferguson. There's some decorum to himself. Like he brings himself as an honourable person when it comes to speaking, at least. I don't take him as one of those guys that go behind your back and be sly. So I reckon him and Sir Alex would have a decent relationship. So I don't believe it's as harsh as what we make it out to be. But as fans, we can't help but pick out any negative at the moment and act on it, and obviously be reactionary on it. It's not fair. But on that note, nothing's fair in life, is it? So there we go. That's like saying, who cares about Ronaldinho? He don't need the money. He doesn't deserve nothing. So true, man. Big up Big Benz as well. Keep smashing the likes. People subscribe to Cass's channel, share on socials, and spread the noise. What's our likes on, people? Our likes are on 45. Can we get them to at least a minimum 100? That would be sick. That would be very sick. Let me check I must have had at least one subscriber. Oh, nice. We had 3. Now we're over 1,000. There we go. I wonder what. Let's see what we can do now. Can I redirect anybody? Nope, not yet. Can't do none of that. I'm gonna check if I can. I'm not even too sure if anyone's actually on at the moment. I don't exactly have, and I think you can't do it unless you're monetized. So I'm pretty sure the redirecting stuff ain't gonna happen. So I can't bless no one after this. But yeah, what are you lot's thoughts on the whole Sir Alex Ferguson thing? Like, it's just, you wake up. It's not really been a good week as fans, I must admit. Like yesterday, we wake up to some stupid noise. Today, we wake up to this in the morning. You think there isn't going to be any more noise surrounding United probably for the week until Ten Hag plays Brentford. And then here we are. Straight back where we started. It's like this break is not really like a break, is it? We just can't move forward at the moment. It's a stupidness. 1K celebrations. Yeah. I suppose if you want to take this as a celebration, it's all thanks to you guys. So big up for yourselves and everyone that watches it back as well. Many blessings to you lot. It's funny because there's a lot more watchbacks than there are people that actually watch the original show. So I appreciate it. I bet you're loving it, Letty. I bet you are. I think you said something earlier, Bish, didn't you? I can't lie. I back the Fergie decision. The club holds onto the past way too much. It's time to modernize. I'm happy with the decision. Oh, you did say that as well. Yeah. So it's just, I hear what you're saying, but I think this, what it is? Sometimes it's the right message, but it's probably said or spread in the wrong way. And that's why I say, like, it's probably one of those where I don't think Ferguson, what is he, 82, 83? Where is he? He's about that. Maybe he can't really do that ambassador role as much as he wants to. It requires a lot of traveling and it requires work. Like, maybe he just wants to, maybe it was his decision. Maybe he wants to enjoy it in peace. But then who's going to say no to your incoming money at whatever age you are? You're never going to say no, but he should go enjoy what he can and what time he has left, unfortunately, because obviously life does hit a certain time when it's time to go, unfortunately. Yeah, Sir Alex is Man United. You can't do that to him. Real Madrid never would have done that. They kept Alfredo Di Stefano until his death. That's where I'm at. It's just one of those. It's a negative time at a negative place, and United are trying to sort out a lot. INEOS will have to sort out a lot, and you know what? I feel like modernized fans, especially even ones of the past like myself, maybe even if you look at yourselves, we're at a time where you don't really give things time anymore. You expect, a lot of people, I can't say this for everyone, but a lot of us expect results straight away and expect success. when there's a new takeover, that's not going to be required, or some sort of takeover in our sense is a sporting one. So it's going to take time to sort out many key areas at the club. You know, different scenarios have to happen. I'm pretty sure different scenarios got drawn up for different reactions for different people that are put in charge. So you know what? It's not like he's not like he's barred from Old Trafford. He can still come and he can still watch, which I'm pretty sure he will. I'm pretty sure it's a mutual termination. And I don't want to spin it to the point where people are going to come and comment after this and say that how can you back this decision? It feels like you're backing it, when really and truly I've just aired out my frustrations. It's just, do need to move on a football side of things. It's just, you know, it would be nice to have some sort of positivity right now that's surrounding the club, and it's just not the case. It's just not the case. At first, but yeah, look, from what we do know though, if we're going to talk more towards the weekend, is that apparently Ten Hag's got 2 more games to his name: the Brentford game and also Fenerbahce. And I don't even believe, I don't know if this is coping, but at this point, this is where I start to lose faith in the board's decisions. Because if he's to lose against Brentford at home, by the way, at Manchester United, why would you keep him for Fenerbahce? It makes no sense. You'd be stuck on what, 8 points? 8 points? By then, I think we're on 8 points and we're still stuck at 14th. We could literally be down in 16th or 17th. How can you always give him another chance? We got told he has 3 games to save his job. Nearly lost that Porto if it wasn't for Harry Maguire. And Aston Villa, they decided they shit the bed and decided they want to keep Ten Hag as manager. See, it's just crazy, isn't it? It's just mad how this guy keeps getting decisions by INEOS. And you know who's calling the shots? Who's really calling the shots? You know, we've got Tuchel now, who's looking likely to become the new England manager, which is funny enough, which is weird, which is super weird. With a German, which is pretty much England's biggest rivals over the years, managing England's football team because we just want to win, apparently, and we're just gonna give up on this English thing because we can't get the best in class. But now Tuchel's not going to be there, which I'm not exactly sad about, but it just means one less option and a free option at that. And now my likely candidates right now, if we're going off of data and if we're going off of what we've seen the most, the 2 names that pop up right now is Amorim and the team that we're going to play, well, the manager that we're going to face against on the weekend, which is Thomas Frank. And either way, you're going to have to pay out one of these lot. With this whole Ten Hag situation, I don't know how he lasts. We get a draw max against Brentford. I don't believe we win. You know, we barely have a defense. He's probably going to line up with Harry Maguire at the back again. I'm pretty sure he got injured, though. I'm not exactly thrilled about the lineup or knowing what the lineup's going to be. Somehow probably fits Garnacho in there, even though he's injured. Ahmad's just had a small knock. No, there might be a better team, but I just don't see how we get past. I really don't. It's just, and you know what? It's probably for the best anyways. This is what we wanted, right? Some of us, not all of us. Some of us can't bear to see United lose for the bigger picture, and which is entirely up to yourself. But with United with United losing, inevitably leads to this man sacking. He's got no more excuses. His last excuse was Aston Villa's ground in the change room being bugged. Who believes that? Do any of you believe that? Because I don't believe it. I don't believe about the Evans stuff being at left back either, but I wouldn't put it past him. Go for Xavi. Not a big fan of him at all. Not really a big fan. I don't think he has it within him. I'll be real. Brentford have been good this season. They really have. I have to admit. You can't really look past them, especially with their attacking threat. And defensively, they're solid. The traditions that made Man United great is dead and dusted. The new toxic positivity bullshit is killing it. Cast Ten Hag sexuals need to suffer. But this is the thing, right? Uthman, right? Is your name Uthman or do I call you Usman? Is that a way of saying Usman? Is that another way? Don't want to disrespect your name. I don't really want to be beefing other Man United fans. I'm tired. We've been beefing United fans for how long? You get the only time, you know what? The only credit I give is when Ten Hag was in charge in the first season, there was more of a unity within the fan base. That was the only time when there was, out of all the managers, Mourinho and so forth, it's always when a manager comes in this first season, it's not so much of a beef. But I'm tired of United fans getting at each other's necks, and we're not always going to agree on appointments, players, decisions, lineups, etc. But it's just getting to the point where I can't even talk to other United fans. Their takes annoy me. They get on my nerves. I don't really want to listen to it. You know, it'd be nice to have a conversation, like a proper conversation on football with United. in other United fans. We can't even do that. It's been an utter disgrace, in my opinion. How many times are we just going to call and get personal? How many times are we going to call each other out and get personal about a club that we both support, that we both want? Because at the end of the day, we all have a common goal as a perspective. Well, from a rival perspective, on your own clubs or my own club, we just want to win. But how we get to win is obviously going to be disputed between other fans of how do we get there, and that's the common that's the common cause of obviously beefing one another. What's that? That's the what's it? A Beto mask. If you watch anime or Naruto, you'd understand. So yeah, but that's needed. That's culture. But yeah, please smash the likes. Big up Ridwan in the building. I just see your name there. Big up Lungi as well. Big up Skills. Jose versus 10. And imagine that we go through another phase where another ex-manager beats United, because that's more than likely going to be the case. We have a horrendous record for European games, home and away. It's horrendous. What is it? 1 in 9 now, 1 in 10, and that one game that we won was not even the greatest win in the world. So it makes, and you know what Mourinho's like. He's 100% stubborn. He's 100% going to have an approach. That's definitely a way that frustrates United, which we wouldn't be able to break down. He's going to play. He's got two of our ex-players in Fred and Amrabat, who right now, as a duo, probably sound more solid than what we've got at the moment. And now we're getting told that Agate is going to be is going to be integrated into the squad. The new plan for Agate. Why has it taken till, was it October, halfway through October, to integrate a player that was bought for 50 million? Whether it's add-ons or not, I don't give a damn. 50 million, and you want to integrate him only now. He's had ample opportunity to get into the squad. And you know what? In some of these instances, you played him in his first full game against Barnsley, which is just we shit on them. That's not really a game you can really let Agate impose himself on. But there's been other opportunities where he could have been played and definitely integrated into the squad a lot more. You know, you've had 2 international breaks. You know, he's had some good cameos for Uruguay as well. And yet still, he won't want to play him. He still wants to play Ericsson Kobe Mainu because this is the two or the pivot that's going to give us the most football, which is stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, let me check how many likes we're on. We're on 71 likes, people. There's 180 people in here, give or take. So please smash the likes. Get this to 100. Appreciate for the 1,000 subs as well. That's nice. So we've gained 13 subs this whole channel. So that's nice. Again, overusing that word. And now all we got to do is get the watch hours up. As long as our watch hours go up, we can start earning a buck. And from there, I can move forward. I might even do another live later on as well, depending on United stuff. And as I said, I'm shameless. Wherever I see news out there, whether it's YouTube or on Twitter or wherever on news now, I will talk on it. So I might go a little bit later as well, around 7 o'clock, before any sort of like Euro games or whatever plays, and get going from there, because I need to start putting this up to maybe 2 streams a day. Maybe. I'll think about it though. Depends on my mood. Big up Mary. What if Sir Alex Ferguson was part of the problem? He's a legend, but sometimes holding on to these kind of people doesn't mean you will relive the past. See, we can only speculate if he's part of the problem, but I don't see how an ambassador has a major say in decisions footballing wise. You know, that sounds like someone's trying to hide behind why it's been going wrong at United. I don't think that would be him. If anyone has probably the most knowledge of running a football club, it would be him. I'm not in favor of that decision, but we never know, right? If it's been appointed that he's got too much influence, then maybe that's the case. But we're meant to believe the sporting side of things is now. I see that. We're meant to believe now it's like down to Dan Ashworth, the Omar Baradas, Jim Ratcliffe's, and all that to make these decisions. If they're getting decisions made for them by someone that's 82 years of age, I believe, and that's pretty much down and out, and he's not, again, be a sad day for when he does eventually go. Of course, it would be, for me, it would definitely go anyways. I don't think that would be quite accurate. Maybe about 10 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe we could say around then, up until a certain point, but I don't think anymore. He definitely tried to help Moyes out, but that went backwards. I think that all stopped when Jose Mourinho came in and Louis van Gaal. That's my belief. They're very stubborn, so I don't think that's going to ever be the way. Kaskagi with a shuriken. Yeah, man, it's a little fidget spinner. I've got Anthony on my finger right now. That's what I've got. and I keep doing it. So it's yeah. How do you move forward when you're too busy clinging to the past? It's not clinging on to the past. The past can still remain there because they're your legends. You know, you have ambassadors for a reason. Park Ji-sung's one of them. You know, you got other people that have been in that have played for either played for United, or in Sir Alex Ferguson's case, managed United, and it's still in and around. It's not hanging on to the past. We just remember the past. It's just that they're there. That's what makes a club so unique. It's what makes a club where it is and what we call classy. You know, by looking after your own. So I don't think it's a way of clinging onto the past by just letting them go. You should still have them in around. Otherwise, you lose your identity. That's how you create an identity. I'll go an hour to spare for the watch time. Big up, let's big up Broderick, man. Have you changed? I ain't seen you in a while. So yeah, Big Ben's over 600 million spent. Worst start to a season, 2 seasons in a row. Worst man to man manage. Yep, no tactics. He takes the biggest fraud. Yeah, we got sold a dream. 100%. You have, yeah, but what if that's the case? You have your past dictating your present. Why are you stuck? But what evidence have you got to suggest that? That's what I have to ask yourself. What can you show me anything? Can you point to any articles that show me that's someone like Sir Alex Ferguson is dictating the present? Because I don't believe so. I haven't seen anything about that. But I'm not willing to lose my identity over speculation. Speculation that you can voice your opinion and have a belief and think that could be a cause. But then I feel like that's giving a buy to INEOS and Glazers and anyone that's been in charge. That's giving them an excuse to hide behind because someone's there dictating the present. Do you know how foul that is? Why are you in business if you're how can you be successful in business or successful in running a model if you're influenced by somebody else? You didn't get to the where you needed to be in the first place then, if that was the case. But yeah, are you sure about that, MT? I don't know, man. It's always been. I'm not gonna get into that too much. Anyways, what likes are we on? Because I'm very hot on that. We're on 80 likes. We're 20 likes away. So please get this to 100 likes minimum. But moving on, if any of you saw with Zidane, there's 2 extra things I need to talk about. It's this Zidane thing, and it goes to show where we could have been, you know. But with him in his demands, Emmanuel Petit came out. He said for Zidane to come and have a role at United, which would be the head coach, there needs to be guarantees, and the guarantees are going to be obviously a good squad to work with, at least work with. You can build. He rebuilt obviously Real Madrid once in his stints. He does have tactics. People that says he leads on auras is stupid. I'd implore you to go watch his tactics, whether it's 4-3-3 or the diamond that he used to impose. He loved Isco in these roles. He was very integral for that. But he said this: Zizou needs to get guarantees if he wants to sign over there at Manchester. You know, United is still a huge club, but not on the pitch anymore. And Zizou is very conscious and very careful about that. The quality of players. Zidane don't rate the players, and he doesn't rate the squad. So I think if you wanted to go get him, it won't be for another 2 years, 3 years even. And who knows if he's still interested in managing by then. He might have another role. He might take over France. The manager at United, whoever's going to be soon, because it won't be Ten Hag, he might be doing great at United. So that whole ship's going to sail. You know, you can back a manager as much as you need to, but you need to give them some guarantees. And this is why I don't think Tuchel works with Man United, because the squad that is given is defensively, it's actually not that bad. You know, it can work, but I think Tuchel will get stressed out, and in the end, it will end up in like imploding, and then just absolute sabotage what he's got going on. Don't get me wrong, I'm quite harsh on Tuchel because I'm only going off what I've seen in football wise, his man management. I've not really spoken about anything that's good about Tuchel, because he does have some good sides. Like, he does have some good characteristics. He does have good elements to his tactics and games. You know, he's a good cup manager. Never really been known to be a league manager at all in any of his stints. PSG, I'm washing that away. Anyone wins with PSG, right? Even Pochettino did. So and I'm kind of glad that England will be going for him and not United. I think United don't need a manager like Tuchel right now. I could understand it if you got a squad built for him, but right now, I don't think he's going to be that guy. It's like a lot of these players need some loving and caring by a manager, but at the same time, it can't be like Oli. It can't be anywhere near that. But with Zidane and his demands, United can't give him that. So anyone that's actually linked or rumored him or think that it could be the case, if that was the case, he would have came in the summer. INEOS would have probably have sounded him out and he would probably said no. It's not Zizou. Zizou's definitely not coming. I don't see it. And I don't think he wants to tarnish his reputation because right now, as it stands, I think he might be the only manager in history to win a three-peat of Champions Leagues, unless Real Madrid has done that before. You know, he got Real Madrid back on track. He dominated La Liga. You know, he done very well. He's already had one successful rebuild. As a player, you can't knock him. He's won everything there is to known or available. So it does sound like the perfect fit, but right now United need to show why. The madness thing is United need to show why they're worthy of Zizou and not the other way around. Usually when you go and what's it called? When you go and interview managers, they need to show why they're worthy of that job, not the other way around. So all of a sudden, he's in a position of power already. And I don't think that's a good way to go about things. This is how far we've fallen. And you know what makes it even worse? I hate these German outlets, these German journalists, you you had Florian Plettenberg coming out, and somehow he's got the in know about Manchester United when everyone knows he's a mouthpiece for Bayern Munich. You know, there's the other one as well. I can't remember his name. I spoke on him literally yesterday, a day before, but Florian Plettenberg is absolutely garbage of a journalist. I don't rate him anyways. And I don't know if he knows any business, but then all of a sudden he's linking us Davies. And the other one he's linking is Leroy Sané. And you know what he's done? He's basically said that these two players here have got their contracts running out and Manchester United have been keeping tabs on them. I'm pretty sure most teams have been keeping their tabs. Everyone knows Davies is going to end up at Real Madrid on a free. They're getting two new fullbacks. Alaba is about to retire potentially as well. They're going to need some defenders and fast. Left back cover. Mendy's been good, been decent for them, but he's not hit no heights. So what's the point of even thinking of someone like Alphonso Davies at United when we can't even guarantee him simple top 4 plays in the Champions League to go and play in the best competition? And then we all got this Super League running around. Don't know what's going to happen with that, but apparently talks are set in 2025 to see what goes ahead with that. I'm telling you lot now, yeah, if United end up in the Super League and there's no more, and then out of the English division or pyramid, I'm not supporting them no more. I'll go support someone else. Aston Villa. I don't know. Someone, Forest, whoever it is. I'm not supporting. That's horrendous. I hate the thought of the Super League. No one wants to see Real Madrid versus Man United 4 times a season. I don't want to see that. That would get on my nerves. But yeah, back to that. Leroy Sané. What? We just handing out contracts to people on a free because they're free. If Man United are scouting Leroy Sané, someone that used to play for City, that's well past his best, that's horrendous again. Again, I don't even like his application over at Bayern. He got his way with Sadio Mane. He's clearly an issue for most managers. He always falling out with most of them. You know, he's got attitude problems. Good reason that why even probably Man City probably got rid of him in the end. Because he had attitude problems and he was homesick. Thought he was bigger than better than what he is. And now he's not getting a start because Elise, he's better than him. Someone that we was linked to, by the way, was Michael Elise. Someone that was meant to get was Michael Elise. He's gone over there, taken his position, and all of a sudden, that means we must go take their scraps once again. I don't think De Ligt was one of their scraps. I think De Ligt just wanted to leave. They wanted to keep him, but they couldn't keep him. And then you got Mazraoui, who's up for debate. You know, whether he was fodder or not. I think he was being a good acquisition. But what, we're just going to take all their fodder? And then the last one that made me even look at this guy and think like, are you really a journalist or are you just clickbaiting? Because that's what journos do these days. Was Leon Goretzka. Leon Goretzka. And then said, oh, United will be looking for a DM in January. If United, no joke, if United go for another DM, it goes to show how much of a hole this club is. We've gone out there and spent 50 million on a DM. To then we get Florian Plettenberg say we need another DM. And you know who I'll link that with? Goretzka. Goretzka's not even a DM. He's basically a juiced up McTominay that's German, that's losing his hair. And he's not that good at football. He had his one stint back at when they won the sextuple, whatever the hell it's called. And then after that, washed. He doesn't offer much. I don't know where this is going to be, but we need some positives soon. as United fans, or I hope a lot of you are United fans, hopefully there's some positive soon. You know, even on the weekend, right now, winning against Brentford is not a positive, and we have to own that. It's not a positive until this man gets sacked, until we start seeing players that were bought on the pitch and used correctly. This is not going to be anywhere near a positive channel in terms of a correct positive channel, not Goldbridge toxic positivity and change your mind every 2 seconds because of said reasons, or a toxic channel where because you just want to complain at everything in life. We need to move serious, and we're not moving serious. But anyways, do smash the likes. What are we on? What are we on? We are on 92, so we're 8 away. Unfortunately, you are not the 1,000th. Adam, you're not the 1,000th subscriber. You would be the 1,020th subscriber. There you go. But give me some of you lot's takes. We don't need a DM. We just got a Garte, for God's sake. United through and through. United since I was born in '89 till I die United. Big up. Israel says, get me Reinders. I don't think he's touchable at the moment. Sander Berge was one that we missed out on big time. Just in build-up alone. Again, Sander Berge over Agate was for me. I was more I was more fixated on that. He's doing really well at Fulham at the moment as well, which makes it even worse. A bit like when we missed out on Palhinha because we didn't want to, we was unsure because of the Portuguese league. Same with Sander Berge, who was there for 20 million, didn't really want to spend the money. Yeah, but we want to spend 50 million on Agate. We could have got 2 players, by the way, if that was the case. I would have went for Sander Berge. Build up is what United lack, and it's easy to see. Agate is questions over if he's good at build up or not. And once again, missed out opportunities. At this rate, Agate doesn't even look like a DM in the Premier League. He looks like basically Fred. He's the Uruguayan Fred. He looks like a guy that probably can do a job in DM and could be utilized very well under a different manager. But right now, he looks like a good high pressing 8. That's probably his best job. Why would it's so stupid, man? It's so stupid. United need a manager who doesn't have an ego and a huge personality. Do a complete clear out and start afresh. But how many times do we need to do that though, Mary? How many times have we had to say this and clear out everyone? I don't think United's squad is exactly bad. I actually think United's squad is quite good. I think the players right now are underperforming heavily, which clouds our judgment. Because are we meant to believe all these players suck? I don't think so. I just don't think we're getting the best out of them. And I don't think the tactics are getting the best out of them for sure. I think any manager is going to have some sort of ego, but you definitely need one thing that Ten Hag's lacked is personality. I think we need a huge personality in the chair of United. Every top club, bar Tottenham, because we don't count him as a top club. City, Pep's got personality. He's got sarcastic personality. Arteta, he's a liar, but he's as blunt as he's blunt. He's got some personality. He's a bit drier to listen to and whatnot, but he has a bit of an ego about him, which lets him, thrive in that seat that he's got at Arsenal or what they like, which is second place. Chelsea, Maresca is put his foot down. Guy can talk very well. I would say he's got a bit of personality about him, but yet again, we'll see how that goes over the next year because things go bandy, can go left for Chelsea, and then before you know it, he crumbles. Liverpool in slot. When I listen to him, he doesn't sound monotone whatsoever. He's got that happy Klopp vibe going on. Arne Slot is probably the one that we would say that lacks a little bit, but again, I don't think we know because I don't watch too much of Liverpool interviews, but I would say he definitely expresses himself and conducts himself very well. I don't think Ten Hag conducts himself very well. He stutters too much. He has an answer for everything. He's very shameless. Before he said things very well, but he's too blunt and it's too monotone for my liking. But with Slot, we don't know. Yeah, again, Slot, I don't know if he's got that aura about him as of yet, but we'll see in due time. Chelsea against them on the weekend. We'll see where that goes. A pure 6 DM is someone who can receive in the first phase and control the build-up at his own pace. Kroos, Rodri are 6s, Agate and Kante's are 8s. Destroyers, I agree. That's a good take. KM. That's the way I'd view it as well. What's your ideal current starting 11 that you can think front up? All right. I've said this quite a few times. If I was managing and the way I see this at the moment, all I can think of is balance. And my balance includes Onana in goal, Managerial at right back over the low. If Luke Shaw was fit, then I'd play Luke Shaw because he's the best at what we've got at the moment. Lissandro, De Ligt, easy. You know what? Actually, tell at this moment of time, I'll probably say Euro and De Ligt. I'll put Agate and Kobe Mainu as the pivot, and Agate, Casemiro, Kobe as the more of attacking 8, because I think that provides the most balance. You got an anchor who shouldn't be too far away from either midfield. You've got legs around him in Agate. You can win the ball high up and do a lot of the jobs. And obviously, you've got people that can play inverted. And you've got Kobe, who clearly doesn't have a great engine on him. But when he goes further forward in the half spaces, especially, he thrives in. I would have Rashford, because I don't think we need goals in this team. I think Xerxes the best at link up, and then Ahmad. I think because Ahmad's like a playmaking winger and can do a bit of everything. I think that creates the best balance. I'm not exactly thrilled with that starting 11, but if you add Bruno, Eriksen with any of those combinations, it doesn't exactly bode that well, in my opinion, because if you used to put Agate, Casemiro, Bruno, then who's the guy that's going to be the guy that progresses the ball quite well? You don't really see that with Kobe. The thing is, you can mix and match it. Kobe can actually drive you up the pitch and bring you up the pitch, where I don't think Bruno can. But it could work if we had Sancho, maybe, but we don't have him no more. And I can't believe we got rid of him. So, yeah, man, it's just right now, and what United lack is a lot of legs and a lot of runners. You know, Luke Shaw's good cover. De Ligt and Euro are very athletic. So that's good enough in the back line. You know, Mazarawi can definitely run. He's very technical as well. You know, that can help with the midfield. Casemiro Agate's a lot of legs as well, so that helps. That's what I'm thinking about. Kobe Mine is very technical. Ahmad technical. Xerxes technical. Rashford is your outlet for getting goals. So that's the way I look at it. That's what I feel United's best 11 is. And what chances we have seeing that team? Probably not. And even if it was deployed by Ten Hag, probably wouldn't even work. So yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream enough. I'm gonna be back later at Never a Foul as well at 6 o'clock. So watch out for that one. Subscribe, like the video, and yeah, peace out, man. There's just not much